Hello viewers! In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to use the sitemap stack, which is part of the platform framework. Sitemap is really cool because it saves you a lot of tedious work by automating things. Let's have a look here, and I'm going to demonstrate how to use it. As you can see, I've already prepared a site or page structure for us. A very simple one, starting with a home page, two normal pages, and each of these has a child page. On the home page and all of the other pages, I've already posted or placed the platform settings stack as well as a title stack, so that once we click on something and get to that page, we know where we are. Now let's get started by putting the sitemap stack onto the home page. And for our convenience and to save space, I've already turned off the normal stack settings because there's nothing being changed, and we are going to look exclusively at the settings of the sitemap stack. What you notice immediately is that we have a kind of a sample menu here, which of course will not be displayed in preview and in publishing. But this is only in edit mode so that you can see what you have been configuring it in the settings below. You can turn off and on this sample menu. I'm going to keep it on so that you can follow what I'm going to be demonstrating. All right, let's first have a look at the general settings. The first setting which comes to mind is display child pages, and if I turn this off, you see also immediately in the sample menu that the child pages here, for example under the products menu, have disappeared. They will of course then not be displayed. And if we go into our own pages in preview mode, you see immediately it has reflected what we have here, and we can now open these child pages. And if I turn this setting, display child pages, off, it is being re-rendered and I have no more options to open up these menu items. So let's turn this back on so that we can actually work with the child pages right now. The next setting which is interesting is remove links from parents. So these are our parents, page 1 and page 2. As you can see, they are parents of child pages. And if you have this setting disabled, the parent pages still are going to provide links to the respective page. So if I click on page 1, I end up on page 1. If I click on page 2, I end up on page 2, of course. Now, if I remove links from parents, see what happens. There are no more links and the parent pages just become nodes to open and close and display the child pages. So there is only, if I they're only working as a clickable node now. And even if I click directly on the word page 1, I don't end up on page 1 anymore. Page 1 is just a node to make child page 1 available. Okay, next up we have a look at the indent setting. It is by default set to 22, and if I reduce this to 0, the whole thing becomes, of course, more directed to the left-hand side. Let's leave it on 22 as it is the default and have a look at the other settings, like for example collapsible child pages. If I take this setting away, then my child pages are always being displayed and there is no more opening and closing a submenu, and the indicator is also gone for it, of course. And next up we have the marker type. Markers are these dots on the next to the page names or page titles. And I have several options. I have circle, disk, square, none, and of course inherit. Inherits basically the setting from the platform settings stack. But let's set this to none. And as you can see, these markers have disappeared and the entire wordings or the entire titles have been moved a little bit to the left by the space which the marker required. So what do we have now? A little bit of a interesting setting. We have removed the links from the parents, which is in this kind of setting maybe not really helpful. So let's put this back. And now we have a structure which we can click ourselves through and access every page. So it boils down to how you would like to make your page structure available. And sometimes it is just necessary to have, particularly if you have collapsible child pages, the parent pages just as placeholders to be able to create nodes to click through and open the child pages. By the way, each child page, if you want it, can have a child page on its own. Let's just demonstrate this. Child of child. And I'm going to put this underneath the child page 1. And back we go to our home page, go into preview mode, and now we have a node where we can open the child page of child page 1. So you can drill this down to whatever you like and as deep as you would like to have it. Next, let's have a look at the style settings. They are particularly interesting for customizing the drop-down icon. This is this element which I'm pointing at right now. And you can have different colors for the open state and the closed state. Let's have this open, like for example, I'm taking a terrible color now, but it's important that you can see this. When it's open, it is going to be a very interesting color of purple. And if I select closed, I want it to be in a very interesting shade of blue, which you can see here right now. It has turned blue immediately, literally. And if I open it, it turns into this pink color. Now you can also change the link color. The link color is normally set inside the platform settings stack, but you can override this. Currently it's the standard blue. However, if you want it to be any different color, choose whatever you like from the color settings which are available here. Just for convenience purposes, I always use these pencils. It's just my choice for videos. Other than that, I usually go through this color wheel. Anyways, let's just customize our link color, and this is going to be a very beautiful orange in this case. Just for the convenience of being able to see the change. All right, so the link is now colored in this orange. Lastly, we have the extra settings, and these are applicable if you are using the font, style and wrap sticks. So I'm not going to demonstrate this now in detail because this warrants a different video on its own. But if you are using the font stack, for example, you can have these font sets if you like, and apply this directly to this sitemap stack very conveniently and very quickly. The same applies to the style stack. You have the style sets here, as well as if you cannot use the style sets or font sets, then you can also use the custom CSS class name here. This wraps up the video about the sitemap stack. If this video was informative for you or at least entertaining, then maybe leave me a like. Other than that, hopefully subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hope to see you soon again. Thanks again for watching, and bye-bye.